It's a stadium so big you can easily spot it flying into Dallas-Fort Worth for a game. This is AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. Ball teed up. Brandon Aubrey out for the kick. And here we go from AT&T Stadium. And he mishit this one badly. It's out of bounds short of the 40, and they're going to take over at that spot. Here's Henry on the option. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down. Shotgun snap to Jackson. And he won't get it there. Defender finds a throw and breaks it up.
That's a nice job there by the linebacker. He kind of looks like a cornerback on that, doesn't he? Perhaps those cover guys got a little fun with him in practice this week because he looked like a DB right there, swatting the incompletion.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. Offense in the hurry up here. On fourth down, snap to Jackson. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. So this one will not get it done. They're going to turn this over on downs. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Opening play, and Dak's going to throw. He's on the move, and they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. Offense up to the line fast.
A loss of 7 brings up 2nd and 17 at the 50-yard line.
Trying again, following the sack. Escapes the pocket. And they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. And the back-to-back sacks. Nice work by the defense there. Sets him up with a 3rd down.
One defense held on the first series, and now the other group, well, they're answering the call and doing so in a big way. Back-to-back sacks, setting this offense way behind schedule. Kate, I think we're setting the stage for a hard-nosed, grinded-out kind of defensive football game.
Third and long, Prescott. He puts some air under this one, deep right. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that brings up 4th and long. The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. Oh my, they're faking it on their opening drive. Pass caught. And he's taken down, not even in the neighborhood of the marker. And they're going to hand this one over on downs. And the fake punt is not going to keep things going, Brock. He winds up short. They're going to turn this football over on downs. The Ravens in a very good field position as they come up 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. Complete Derrick Henry. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
This dude was just not going to be stopped, not by the first defender, heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
On first down, Jackson. This is caught by Isaiah Likely. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. All right, still scoreless through one quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Welcome back. Second quarter about to start. Ravens with a chance for at least 3, maybe 6. Man in motion here. Here's Lamar. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens get the game's first points here in the second. Zay Flowers, the touchdown. All right, partner, what do you think? Was that a design read, or did he just see space and he was reacting more on the old quarterback instinct there?
Yes. I think yes on both of them, and that play happens so fast that it really is instincts on both sides.
Tucker able to tack on the extra point. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Returnable from the 2. He stopped on the return at the 27. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. First down, here's Dak. He puts some power on a deep one left. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Throwing again is Dak. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody.
Yeah.
And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Prescott now on 3rd down. Buys time, rolling right. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
And the Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard
1st and 10, Prescott. This one caught by CeeDee Lamb. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down.
19 more yards. That's another Cowboys first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. Chased out to his right. Now here he goes. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. It's a 31-yard play. And it'll be 1st down, Dallas.
That's another Cowboys. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
From the red zone now. On target to his back, Rico Dowdle. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. The Cowboys at a deficit. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Dak now from the gun. Headed out right. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know that it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
Third and long for him here. Forced out to his right. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So fourth down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. It's just a 26-yarder down the middle. Gay's kick is good. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Ravens in very good field position as they come up first and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Pass into the hands of Mark Andrews. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. First and 10. Here's Jackson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Hit arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it's going to be second down. Throwing again is Lamar. Finds his man. It's Rashad Bateman. And that will not be enough for a first down.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes just like that.
Complete beyond the marker. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Lamar throwing again. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Now we're going to have a timeout taken by Baltimore. It's second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Move the chains! Got to move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for first and 10. Working inside the red zone. Caught near the goal line. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Henry takes it in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens will add to their lead at the end of the half. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Tucker adds the PAT. And the Ravens drive their lead to 11. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. Throwing on first is Prescott. Taking a deep shot here. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for 1, maybe 2 more snaps. The intended target there was CeeDee Lamb. So that brings up 2nd down.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
He's back to throw. Rolling left, buying some time. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Fielded just shy of the end zone. And he's out a little short of the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Dak. Completed over the middle. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. Working quickly here.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
2nd and 6 now. On the move, headed right. And after all that, he still can't get rid of it. They get there and drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's looking like a dreaded 3-and-out offensively, but listen, if you can't keep your quarterback clean and upright, you're going to need some magic, big-time magic, to convert on this 3rd and long.
Got to figure out this 3rd down here. Prescott here from the gun. That's caught for the 1st. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. From the gun is Prescott. It's caught, Ferguson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Wow, very quick throw, but they couldn't connect. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now they face 2nd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Dak throwing again. Ferguson there to bring it in. And they stop him. He's marked down along that 18-yard line. The dose of the hurry-up offense here.
That's another Cowboys first down.
First down, here's Dak. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it.
And he'll go down here at the 16. Offense in the hurry up here. Prescott now on third down. Touchdown, Dallas! All right, so the offense does its job, Brock. Now they need their defense to give them a chance to overcome that big deficit.
The momentum in the building's clearly changed. We can feel it here in the booth, but you're right. It's now up to the defense to make a stop and give them a chance.
The Cowboys offense remains on the field. They're going to line up and go for two here. They'll try to run it in. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this two-point attempt fails.
Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. And they dodge a turnover there on the return. And he elects not to bring this one out, so no run back, and we'll pick things up from the 30-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8.
Kate, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And the Cowboys bringing on an extra DB here. 3rd down coming. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. 1st down, here's Lamar. Taken in by Likely. And he finds space for about a 3-yard gain. Malik Hooker with the tackle. Just 1 quarter remaining in this one. It's Ravens ball as they try to keep that lead and close out a win. Second down now, 7 to go. Lamar now from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Part of what's earned him status, Brock, is one of the league's better tight ends. Are those hands, right? His dependable hands. So shouts to the defense there because he wasn't able to hang on that time.
Kate, it's one thing for these defenders to separate a receiver from the ball, but to do so on a stud tight end, that's big time.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. He'll throw it. Finding Flowers. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Lamar off the play fake. This one's to Andrews outright. And he works this to the 38 before going down. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They give to Henry on the inside handoff. And he'll get them enough for a first down. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. And with another one gone, they're going to have just 1 remaining this game.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
First down, ball at the 36. Running once more with Henry. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Final timeout taken by the Cowboys. And this could be an issue the rest of the way with no way to stop this clock. This is Henry on second. And they make the tackle at the 28-yard line. Give him 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 2.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Third and just 2 to go. Another run for Henry. And that's good yardage with a new set of down.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Here's the kicker, Jake Elliott, ready to get this one started. And off we go from Lincoln Financial Field. And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a guy who went to prep school right here in Philly, DeAndre Swift. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up 2nd down.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Second down and 4. Once again, it's Swift. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
On 4th down, here's Williams, eluding the pressure right. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
I met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried to run through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on 2nd down.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down. 20. 5. Touchdown, Chicago. DeAndre Swift, 50 yards. And the Bears are on the board first here this afternoon. Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll try and start this drive in the air. This short throw caught by Goddard. To the 40 and no further. The razzle-dazzle, though, got him a couple extra on the play. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, you know, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, you know, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. So the delay of game penalty moves it back 5. That makes it 2nd and 10. Throwing is Hurts. He delivers another to Goddard, complete. It'll be a gain of 5. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Bears 7, Eagles nothing.
Now 2nd quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession. as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It's fourth down.
They'll run with Barkley. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Hurts sets up to throw it. Buying time to his left. And I think the ball's out, and this is picked up by the Bears. A disappointing end of the sequence there. He was starting to turn nothing into something, and then he lost the football.
And sometimes things get lost in the transition. And what I mean by that is you go from being a passer to a runner. And at a certain point, once you cross the line of scrimmage, you're strictly a runner now. There's no more downfield threat. Make sure you take care of the football while you're traversing downfield.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49.
72 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he's got some space here. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. 25 yards to pick up there, and also a first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the second quarter.
Swift going to try up the middle.
He will push his way down to about the 14. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Now a give right side Swift.
And power running here down to the 6-yard line. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
Here now, 3rd and a yard. They'll try and run here with Swift. And Swift is not going to get there as they stop him short of the yellow line.
They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to 4th down.
Williams going to sneak it.
And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
Johnson is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field from the right hash, and this one just a chippy.
Santos' kick is up and through. So another scoring drive there, Charles, and an early 2-score lead.
You'd like the 6 there, partner, but you'll take the 3, and I think they have to be happy about the way they moved the ball in these first 2 drives. They have to feel good about their opportunities the rest of the game.
And he is out of bounds here on the return. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. 1 second, all that remains. They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. 10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people...
There he goes, left side. He may go. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Saquon Barkley, 68 yards. And the Eagles come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. To throw, it's Williams.
Flush to his right. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out.
Now, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
The full start backs him up 5. 1st and 15.
Here's a handoff to Swift running left.
And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
125 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 4.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Gerald Everett.
And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Pick up a first down.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here. They will run straight ahead with Swift. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30.
It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven, reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
First down, and they go with Swift again.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Ball at the 26, 2nd and 7. Here's Swift.
A beautiful fake. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
I think there's a fatigue factor that's kicking in defensively. You know the will is still strong, but I think the offense is starting to bend it just a little bit, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. It's looked that way. We'll see if they can continue this already strong drive. And we've got movement. I think this is against the Bears here. Let's find out. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
To the air, Williams.
Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
Throwing is Williams. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
So many qualities coaches tick off when they talk about, hey, what is it going to take to make an excellent quarterback? Accuracy has to rank near the top of every list.
Talk about arm strength, that's great. Mobility, great. But you need that accuracy in there. That one well in front of his man.
Yeah, now they got to face a big 3rd down.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
To throw, Williams.
He'll buy some time right. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Eagles are right back in this football game.
Partner, have you ever heard the story of Icarus in mythology? That's the guy who flew too close to the sun and had his wings melted. That was our guy right there. Keeps pressing it and pressing it. Finally, on that throw, he paid the price with that turnover.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. Now 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9 at the 9-yard line.
Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. They'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he fumbled it. It's on the ground. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
I don't know about you, but I could hear and feel the sigh of relief all the way up here in our booth.
That was palpable. The sideline, the friend there.
No doubt about it. If ball goes over the sideline, able to retain possession, no turnover. I know his coaches are screaming, just hang on to the ball, man.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley.
Room past the 35. And he is going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout.
That's what they need right now. Get the 1st down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. They run behind center with Gainwell.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long.
Back at the 34-yard line.
He's back to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to let it fly. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Devontae Smith. 66 yards.
And the Eagles use the defensive breakdown to take the lead away here in the 4th. Charles, what a big drive late in the 4th quarter to take this lead.
And normally you're really excited if your offense has the ball late in the game. But I think this crew is really excited to have their defense go back out there because they haven't surrendered a point in the 4th quarter yet. They've helped make this comeback possible with their defensive play. Now they get a chance to finish this game off.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Eluding the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Well, they need a touchdown. And here they're saying, we're not going to get it 10 yards at a time. They felt they needed to take a shot there to at least get them across the 50. But that one falls incomplete.
He'll look to throw.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
Well, you don't have to beg the Philly faithful to make noise. On their feet for third down.
They'll look to throw.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll manage to get out of bounds. It's a first down. And the clock stops with just over 20 seconds to play.
Well, they got the yardage they needed there. Picked up the first down. Got out of bounds. How about the urgency that they have, as well as the understand where they are in the field?
All 3 timeouts remain. How much that'll matter remains to be seen. It's 1st and 10.
Back to throw. Flush to his right.
Now throw on the run, but that's going to be incomplete.
Well, it's pretty difficult to sum it up offense in a 2-minute drill when your guys have struggled to put points on the board all afternoon. There's an incompletion right there.
Back to throw. On the move to his left. Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. Intercepted. And the Eagles have just about sewn up this football game.
And the tough thing is when he goes back and reviews the film, he'll see that he already escaped the pocket. He could have gotten more himself by using his legs, and that might have been the better choice there instead of challenging the zone. A miscalculation.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the outskirts of the nation's capital. It's Northwest Stadium in Landover, the home of the Commanders. The veteran kicker, Graham Gano, puts it on the tee. And off we go from just outside our nation's capital. This one will be taken in the end zone. No run back forthcoming. And the ball coming out to the 30-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Yet another Alabama back in the league. This is Brian Robinson. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And that's a 1st down. It will be a gain of 8.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. They'll go again with Robinson. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. Oh, what a run. Down inside the 30-yard line.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs kind of help wear down the defense. But I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another 1st down.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not.
This one caught just past the pylon. Zach Ertz, touchdown Washington. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's 1st possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. Short kick taken just inside the 20. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. From the gun, it's Locke. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Locke out of the shotgun. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. And the Commanders are going to get the football at their own 23.
Well, that's the fast start they talked about all week, Mike. You come out, you take the immediate lead with your opening drive. Your defense goes out there, they force a turnover early. All these plays allow you to just keep stacking momentum early in this ball game. This game is far from over, but anytime you get out to a start like this, it is a lot harder for your opponent to battle back.
On 1st down, Daniels. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. One of the Giants has it. Wow, you think you have moved it down the field with a terrific pass and catch, but got to finish the play. And on the turnover, the defense takes over.
You work so hard, Mike, to execute the play the way it's designed, and you come up with a huge, explosive play in the pass game, only to then lose it because of poor ball security. And that's exactly what we saw here. Give credit to the defense forcing that ball out, but it's a shame that it came at the end of what was a big offensive play.
No touchdown, but they are close. Going to be 1st and goal. They've got it at the 3. They'll try to run this one in. Powering forward. He's in. Tyrone Tracy. Touchdown, Giants.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back. Even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan, everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1. What are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
This kick is fielded in the end zone, but no move to bring it out. It's touchback, and that ball will come out to the 30-yard line. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of 7s on the scoreboard. More after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Man in motion is Brown. Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. Open man left side is Brown. He's got it. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
At the Giants' 49-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Robinson.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
To the left side, it's caught by Brown. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 31-yard line.
Daniels to throw on 2nd down. He'll get rid of it and complete it. And he's into the end zone. John Bates, touchdown Commanders.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. But if you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate. And great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. A couple yards deep. He'll bring it out of the end zone. Good job in coverage. They're going to get him down short of the 20-yard line. Locked to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Tyrone Tracy. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30. Locked to throw on 1st and 10. Now he'll run. A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a 1st down.
Those are the plays that hurt. Because as a defense, Mike, you feel like you do everything right in your coverage. There's nowhere to go with the ball, but you leave just enough space for the quarterback to not only break contain, but to get outside and pick up the 1st down with his legs.
On 1st and 10, here's Locke. That's complete to the tight end, Theo Johnson.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
A 2nd down throw for Locke. That's to the right side and incomplete.
So as halftime looms, Mike, they have to find a way to capitalize on this drive right here and make sure they end the half with some sort of points. Now, that incompletion, not ideal, but at the very least, it stops the clock. Catch your breath, get back in the huddle, and this next play, it's got to be a gotta-have-it best play call.
And the Giants here will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll get a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down. Lock to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Malik Neighbors, the intended receiver. And it'll lead to a second down. Back to the air, it's Lock. Now a screen set up for Tracy. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up third down. Lock to throw. He's going to find his receiver. It's Robinson. Call it a gain of 13. That's good for a Giants first down. To throw is Lock. That's complete. It's Malik Neighbors. And he's in. Malik Neighbors. Touchdown, New York.
We all make such a big deal, Mike, when we see a quarterback go through his progression and deliver a deep downfield strike for a touchdown. But sometimes, just take what's easy, the easy pitch and catch, get an underneath completion. That's exactly what the quarterback does here, takes what the defense gives them, and when you have a playmaker like that on the outside, they can do the rest with their feet after the catch, and the end result is still a touchdown.
And this one is fielded in the end zone, will not be returned. So it'll come out to the 30. First and 10. Throwing now, Daniels. Now he'll air one out. That is knocked away, incomplete. Good coverage there defensively, all over him. And it'll be second down. To throw is Daniels. That pass taken in by McLaurin. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line.
You find yourself in these 2-minute drills, Mike. They're pretty critical moments in the game. They go a long way to deciding the outcome. So it makes a lot of sense. You start looking for your top target, and he comes through for him there.
On first and 10, here's Daniels. He's going to run it. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a first down.
Anytime the quarterback has the ability to extend the play with his legs, it just puts so much pressure on the defense. Here you are thinking you have all the routes manned up. There's nowhere to go with the ball. And next thing you know, he breaks the pocket, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Daniels now on first down. And that ball out of reach toward the sideline. It'll be an incompletion.
An incompletion there isn't ideal by any means, Mike, but I think that's one of those passes where he made sure that ball was either going to end up in his guy's hands or out of bounds.
Throwing on second down, Daniels. That's caught downfield. McLaurin brings it in. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter. So I like the aggressiveness of the call, but as the rest of the game unfolds, Mike, there needs to be better overall execution. A little bit cleaner. The next thing you know, they're going to hit some of those big shots.
To the air again is Daniels. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him. And we'll bring up third down.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most. And I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
To the goal line and in. Zach Ertz. Touchdown, Washington. His second catch of the game. And both have gone for touchdowns. And that is number 2. Greg, he is off to some kind of start in this one. 2 quarters and 2 receiving touchdowns.
Mike, this is one of those situations where as a defensive coordinator, you've got to give your group an answer. Because right now, they don't have one for this guy.
Halftime, coming close. And not much time left as this one is kicked away. Now, here comes a return from the 9. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. Block out of the shotgun. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Frankie Luvu. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
On 1st down, Daniels. Pressure gets there, and down he goes. And now we'll get a late timeout coming in the waning moments of this second quarter. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Throwing is Daniels. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. Coach, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula to come out on top in this second half coming up. Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Now return coming from the 7. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. On 1st down is Locke. And he will get down here as he wisely avoids the contact. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. He'll look deep here for Neighbors. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be 2nd down.
We've already seen these 2 guys connect for a touchdown in this game, and had they been on the same page there, I think they would have been able to add to that total. Unfortunately for them, just a little bit off, and it falls incomplete.
A run here with Tracy on second down. And he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4. On third down, they'll set up to throw. Trying to find some seam out there, but he will not. They get him behind the line, and fourth down is coming up. They'll go. It's locked. That's to the sideline. He's got neighbors. They convert with a gain of 15.
Well, you can see the entire sideline and, frankly, the entire fan base kind of holding their breath. That decision on your own side of midfield to go for it on fourth down, had they not gotten it, it's a tough position to put your defense in, but that's a conversation for another day. The offense is going to stay on the field after the conversion, and now they got to see, can they take advantage of that aggressive play call and finish this drive with points?
An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. They'll run again. It's Tracy again. And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
It's possible they could have tried to be a little bit more aggressive on second down, knowing they had third and inches in their back pocket. But I don't think anyone's going to complain. Pick up the first down, extend the drive, see if you can go score.
From the gun, it's locked. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
Well, not exactly breaking news here, Mike. They got speed on the perimeter that just not a lot of teams in the NFL have. So even though that ball falls incomplete, I think they have to continue to do it. Continue to pressure this defense and make them defend the entire field. Because as they're worried about him running by them, there is a lot of space open underneath.
So they move inside the 20, first and 10 at the 18. On the give, it's Tracy. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. They face second down and 7. Now Locke. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the third quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Sure, they're thinking about the decision after the touchdown since they're down 7. But first, they've got to get the TD. It is first down and goal. No, he's not going to get in. In fact, they've shoved him backwards. Throwing on second down, Locke. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack. 2 plays at their disposal, but they'd love to get it right here on third and goal. Oh, high throw there, but a nice job to go up and get it. And he's going to be knocked down hard in the backfield. Loss on the play, and it's going to bring up fourth down. What a hit.
So often down here in these goal-to-go situations, so much of the emphasis is placed on taking away the wide receivers and the tight end targets in the end zone. It's not so easy bringing these backs down on the check down, so give a lot of credit to this defense, rallying to the ball and keeping them short of the end zone. And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
This one is fielded in the end zone, but he will not bring it out. It's a touchback, and this drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Set to go now on first and 10. They'll start on the ground with Robinson. He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
That's good for a Washington. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
A run here with the veteran. It's Austin Eckler. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. On the give, it's Robinson. And he'll take this one forward for about 3, and that's a first down.
A gain of 3 yards. And the Washington first down. First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Another run here for Robinson. Has some room inside the 30.